And with that, we say hi to Bill Burr in studio.
What's up, gentlemen?
Hanging in New York, so he's got to come by and do the show with us. Second Comedy Central special will air this Sunday for Bill Burr. Let It Go is the name of it. And then it's going to be available on CD/DVD October 5th. BillBurr.com for all the Bill Burr info you need to know.
11 p.m. Sunday. On
11 p.m. Sunday,
Comedy
yes.
Central.
Yeah, let's all take a peek, please. Support Bill. And Bill was listening to us talking about college, and you're all in with
100% agree that is the biggest,
no one's talking about
that's why.
It has become a scam in the last, I don't know, when it went through the roof.
If I had a kid, right, and he was going to college, I'd be like, look, just go to community college. Go there 2 years, and in the meantime, try to find some motivated, driven people with good ideas and get with them and invent something. Start your own business, shoot a movie, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Rather than, pay $100,000 to become a drone. And it's like you come out of school, you're like $120,000 in debt. And if you go in that route, the sheep route, just following the herd over the cliff, you're going to be married within 3-4 years. And then you're going to have like a $300,000-$400,000 house, depending on where the hell you live. On top of that, and you're done. You're on the fucking wheel until you're 65. You're going to wake up like, what happened?
You're
just
in
chasing
debt.
the carrot.
In debt.
In debt.
Yeah,
hopelessly in debt. And we're not even talking credit cards.
No.
Leaving college and owing 100, 150, you don't even have a job yet.
That's what Kevin Smith did. He was going to film school and had like $30,000 into film school. Realized instantly that this sucks.
I could have made a
out.
film for 30.
Well, that's what he did. He dropped the fuck out
and used the
got
money.
the money back and made Clerks with the money.
Obviously, it's not going to work for everybody,
No, but it's
but
one
still,
of those things.
In general, though, why not?
Bill Gates, another college dropout.
Yeah, that's right. He did drop out.
Decided, fuck this. Let me give this a whirl.
But if you really want to,
stole it from Steve Jobs.
If you want to continue your schooling, though, going to community college is not a bad idea anymore. People used to look down at the community people.
Community college.
They used to look down at those guys, but I think they're doing something right. You
Well, if you can go to
get the basic classes out of the way anyway, and then move maybe on to a university. Then maybe you only have 2 years of debt.
There you go. There's another way to do it. But to sit there and just take it 4 years in the face.
I mean,
4 years in the face. Somebody actually just wrote, yeah, but Kevin Smith got lucky. Everyone gets lucky.
Yeah.
It's part of the whole game.
No, he didn't get lucky. He went out and he had balls.
Yeah. He went out, he took the money. Instead of going to school, he made a movie. The movie hit. It hit a nerve with a lot of people back then and took off, and that made a career for him.
When it works, you have balls. When it doesn't work, you're just an asshole.
You're an asshole.
I should have stayed in school.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
But the basic kid, you got to weigh that shit.
But there are a ton of kids in college who don't even know what they want to do as they're amassing $100,000.
Yeah,
it's like, I don't know. I'm switching my major, and it's just.
And maybe
I was poli-sci.
Yeah.
But now I'm thinking,
maybe I'll be a teacher.
And maybe you're lucky enough that your parents are going to pay for it. I had to pay for my own college, and there's a lot of kids out there paying for their own college.
Yeah, I paid for most of mine. Loans.
So there's got to be a better way, is what I'm thinking. Yeah, there's got to be.
Yeah, Bill
You
actually
shouldn't blindly just
nailed that
graduate high school and go into college. You shouldn't do it anymore.
Community
you
college.
really should think
and then
about
get
it.
a bunch of guys that actually have ideas and fucking bounce them off of each
and
other.
Sleep on
Come up with
futons until you make it.
Yeah. Live beyond your means.
Make the sacrifice. Don't go get a man cave at 24. You fucking moron.
I got a legit.
No credit cards. None of that.
I got a legit invention. How do I move forward?
Are you
with
an
it?
inventor with an invention? Do you have an invention? Are you an inventor?
Just dial. Don't you listen to this stupid station?
But I don't believe in our sponsors. Like, what's the real way to do this?
Oh, what about the one that's on Ron and Fez for fucking their balls, for smelly balls?
Smelly balls, yeah.
Yes.
I heard that commercial yesterday. I'm like, what the fuck is
I want to
going on?
present an idea to somebody. How do I do it?
Whisper it to me.
No way. I'm keeping this one close to the vest.
You know, there are a lot
I'm
of
serious.
There are a lot of companies that have these things for inventions and stuff, and I don't know
But I don't
how
want
they
them.
work.
I don't want them to take.
Exactly. I don't know how
I don't
they
want
work.
them to take.
This is
all
what
my
you
money.
do.
What you got to do?
You take some sort of some sort of tool that's in the kitchen, and you make it slightly more easier.
No, I got
Even
an
despite
invention.
the fact that
I'm
it
past
already
that
works.
part.
Yeah,
and then
it
you just
works
have one
fine.
person not figure out how to use a can opener. It's so difficult to scraping the skin off their fingers.
Make them look real stupid, and then make yours look real easy.
Like, you know, it was a great one is the in my lifetime, taking the cork out of the wine bottle. How then they had that thing with the 2 legs, like some whore. She spreads her legs, and then you drive the cork into her fucking twat.
I love that
thing.
one.
That thing there is genius.
Right.
Yeah, that was like the last genius
No,
invention.
but mine's a fun thing.
See, here's what you got to do. You got to
It could
draw
be a
it
fun
up.
thing.
Draw it up.
I got it all. I got all that.
Well, draw it up. Give a little.
Who do I present
synopsis
this
of what it
to?
is. Then you got to take it to patent office.
Yep.
You got to patent that fucking thing.
All right. So that's my first step.
Yeah.
And then what?
You don't have to go through anybody, really.
Then you
Unless
find a
it's our-
scientist.
Unless it's our sponsor.
Do I have to find a company then that is into my idea?
No, you find a scientist. You just hang out
it's not. It's
in like a library and look for a guy with a white lab coat.
After that, you let's look for a guy with a lab coat. After that, you have to
I'll tell
come
you
up
this
with
much.
some type of prototype.
It's a
of
dumb.
it.
Oh, that's easy too. It's a dumb game I invented that I think could do really well.
It involves shitting on the beach.
Well, it's a shit shovel for the beach that you put in your car.
So you don't have to walk 5 minutes to a toilet like a human being.
He invents a bathing suit with a roll of toilet paper attached to the side. You ever been on the beach and had to take a shit, but it was a 5-minute walk?
Yeah.
Sure, we all have.
Hey,
Sure, we all have.
the beach is the world's
Shitting at
largest
home
fucking.
is so inconvenient.
But the beach is the world's largest
Falling
litter
off
box.
a toilet.
Yeah, whoa.
It's a litter box.
Yeah.
I shit in a litter box.
It's in the
litter
box.
A giant litter box.
What did you invent? It's got something to do with
Can't
duty.
say because then someone else is going to take
You going
it.
to steal it?
I like my idea,
I bet it's a duty
like it a lot.
dicer, so you can actually feed it to the birds on the beach easier.
and it's better to try to figure out what I invented than to tell you.
It's a game, though?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyone who's played it is like right on, man. Right on.
It's a game.
You should do it.
Yeah.
Does
Okay.
it rhyme with Bic Back Bow?
Very basic too. Very basic shit.
No?
I mean,
What?
tic-tac-toe, that's old.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
You want another Ira celebrity Twitter read?
No, I want to guess at this game.
I'm not gonna tell you.
What kind of game? How about you
fun
could just wink
guessing.
at me?
He's going to invent I'm Not Sorry. It's a meaner version.
It involves a lot of punching.
Sorry.
There you go. Why tell you when the guesses are
That's a
better?
great game.
Fresh Balls, greatest radio commercial ever. That's coming in.
Yeah. Fresh balls, it's called.
Do you believe in the sponsors?
Yes, wholeheartedly. I do. I believe in them. I use them. And I trust in them.
Maybe it's a new version of Monopoly where every property you land on, you step in shit. Could be a boardwalk, there's big duty under it.
There you go. There you go.
Do not pass. If you pass go, you collect toilet paper or wet naps. That's it. Keep
Got a
a
guy-
mediocre joke going, Jimbo.
I was trying to help you out. Some sort of shit house for the jailhouse.
You know what would help me out? Tape over my mouth.
Yeah, see, high school teacher called one of the. Hold on, yeah, because I gotta do the right thing with this. Vinny in Jersey, Vinny.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey, man.
I had a teacher in high school who told us a horror story about one of those 1-800 numbers for inventions.
Right.
He called one in the 80s, and he had an invention for the locking system for the car mat, that little, little plastic piece that holds them in place.
Oh, that keeps it from sliding on
Right.
you, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And he found out 2 years later, after nothing happened with this 1-800 number, that the company, the 1-800 number, was just stealing the inventions and selling them to like big manufacturers and big
Yeah,
companies.
see, that's why I'm scared.
Yeah, you got to watch.
All of a sudden, you call someone, they go, "Oh, that's a dumb idea." You go, "Oh, all right," and then you see it in stores
We
like
already
5
have
years
Being
later.
used, yeah.
That's what scares me.
In like 1989.
Or maybe my dumb thing is stupid, but I don't want anyone ripping it off.
I love how you're pitching it. Maybe my dumb thing is stupid.
Yeah. What game could this be?
Yeah, like another guy, actually corporation probably made all the money, was that stupid thing, when you hold your phone between your shoulder and the side of the face.
thing,
That attachment.
That attachment that goes on your shoulder looks all silly when it's sitting on the cradle.
And then there's horror stories of guys who worked for big companies and invented stuff while they were an employee and couldn't reap the benefit.
all the time.
All the time, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember one. I think it was the Post-it note or something. Some guy invented while he was working for a company, and he didn't get a dime for that.
That and all the way back to that guy Tesla.
I think it was the Post-it.
Tesla got fucked, yeah.
Yeah, they just he's crazy. I guess the good dude was crazy, but
Right. But if you invent something while you're working for a company, during work hours especially, you're fucked.
It's all
that's when you
theirs.
need a really good friend who can pull
What
it
the
off.
hell is the neck
moron
basket?
drunk friend.
basket?
I invented it.
The neck basket, it's what they hand you when you join Islam. In case you ever interpret as being an infidel. Good, explain.
Yeah, that was a fake infomercial. Yeah, but it's very much. It's not that far off. Believe
You could
me.
actually sell that thing.
Yeah, they make everything look so inconvenient.
I forget what commercial this is really for, but I was watching it. It starts off looking like one of these ads, and like the first time I saw the Snuggie, I thought the same thing. Like, all right, when does this turn into the joke?
Yeah.
And it never did. And the first time I saw this, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, all right, when does it turn into the joke? Because this could totally be sold. I could see this.
It turned into the joke when they had the XXL.
Extra large.
Well, this is like the full length one. Like, there's a short one that it's like 25 seconds, and then it goes into the real commercial.
I love these commercials. They're ridiculous.
Yeah, I've sat and watched infomercials though for the entire length of them.
course.
Just fascinated.
Have you seen the one for those the $6 binoculars where if you put them up to your eyes, you could see like China and Japan, see things 55 miles away? It's like, there's no way that's ever happening.
As a comic, I did a warm-up for fucking the Home Right paint stick, which was an infomercial.
Wow, the paint stick.
And I was
is that
the warm-up.
one that you push and it's like a big needle and
Yes.
like a syringe of paint in the
it's
handle?
like shooting heroin into your house.
Yes.
And
it goes onto the roller.
And I was the warm-up. They had you do warm-up. It was like a 6-hour day. I was very new in comedy back then, a couple years in.
You're like, this is a big break.
Dude, I was bombing so bad. The crowd. No, this is not the one wait. Dude, that guy Jan did it. That guy who does all the infomercials. And I was bombing so bad, I wound up just talking to the crowd because I just wasn't funny back then. So they're like, well, we'll keep up on your career. It was so humiliating.
Oh, wow. That's pretty bad.
I don't think this is the commercial. Home Right paint stick.
What the hell's that?
It looks like it, but I mean, the infomercial was... You know that guy Jan that did 1 million of them? And that chick, you'll know them as soon as you see them. They're failed, whatever, but successful at that.
I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. The Home Right paint stick.
I have 2 ideas.
All right.
You gonna give them away?
No, fuck no.
All right, good.
And I'm never going to develop them either. And I'm going to be bitterly talking about them in my 80s in some bar. When it finally comes out.
Yeah.
That was me.
And then you realize something like that was invented in 76. It was just called something else.
Yeah, if somebody brings that up and actually has the evidence, you're like, that's bullshit. You guys never liked me.
It'd be great to invent something really creepy, like wipes that will remove all DNA evidence.
Yeah, that's convenient.
Tired of leaving semen on a stomach?
I'm sure, but down the spy shop. I thought you had an angle there.
No, I didn't. Yeah. I did have an angle.
Jimmy.
Straight to bomb. It was an arrow pointed down.
I just love the disappointment in Jimmy's face.
No, he really does get disappointed.
That's okay.
It doesn't even
bad.
allow it to sit there and let us decide.
I'm
He
very
just
tired.
gets
He
disappointed
knows.
right away.
I know.
Whatever. I got to figure out the invention thing.
You know, we should all get together and just
Come up with something?
throw in all our I'm not even bullshitting. All our 1995 ideas. We'll take the best one out of the hat
And go for
And
it.
and
all
just go for it. Just go for it.
Yeah.
I'll make up
what
a
are the-
shitty idea just to get on your guys' bandwagon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
I'll
sell
come
a
up with-
zillion of them.
We all
After
come up with something
taxes, we'll
shitty,
probably all
hoping
make.
somebody else comes up with a good one. We all just have shitty ideas.
Yeah.
My brother came up with an app.
Really?
Yeah.
A good one?
He did an NDA and everything.
A
And
good one?
He
think it is?
He went to the company.
What
made,
category would it be in?
I
Utilities?
It's way too fucking
Photography?
Scott. Pretty smart guy. Yeah.
Oh, I know what it is.
You sold that really well. You're like, my brother came up with an app. I'm like,
Well,
like really? And you
all
went,
I'm
you
saying
go like
is-
this. You go, yeah. I was like, shit. I want in.
it's good.
I want in on
I
that.
want in. How do I get in?
Dude, it's good.
That's how you
it's
should
so good.
pitch it.
He got so paranoid. He made this company that he went to, which is a big time app company, signed an NDA, and then he presented the idea, and they went, "Holy shit!"
Right.
All right.
Dude, that's the way I'm going to pitch
I'm
the
telling
next
you.
TV show. I got an idea
Yeah.
for a TV show. Really?
yeah?
Bring me in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to be like,
Just look at the guy. Oh yeah.
you just suck him in.
It could be
He's pretty
shit.
excited about it.
Two
though.
guys. One guy's neat, and the other guy's a little messy. Really? Yeah.
My brother sold me on it, though. I went, wow.
Dude, you sold me. I don't know what the idea is.
I can't say anything more because it's very early. And who knows, it might not go anywhere. But this company went, yeah.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, they got a team and everything now.
Seems like it would be so easy to come up with a good invention, but it's kind of hard.
If you could come up with a good app, I mean, who knows what happens.
It's probably a creepy app. It's called the Jew Detector.
Oh, okay. I'm going to the App Store right now.
Dude, what did Twitter add today? I just saw that on TV. Photos and are they doing
photos
like
and videos? I think I haven't checked.
So they're gonna because their Twitter.com site sucks. So now what? That site's gonna have pictures and videos.
Yeah, they want to make it a little more marketable.
Right on, man. No, but if you come up with a good app, that is the fucking
It's the future.
It's not the future. That's financial freedom, my friends.
Yeah.
Financial freedom. If you come up with a good
make
app.
enough, then they sue you. Yeah. And then there's taxes. And then you're that angry guy who just left with 40 grand.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. There's got to be something.
Yeah.
I always think it's got to be something so easy.
That's what I think.
And then I
Come up with some stupid invention to make sure your mustache isn't crooked. Like it doesn't go further down. Just some stupid like
that shit.
Mustache level.
Yeah, I know.
Are you shaving everything, like your head and stuff?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was confused yesterday.
No, I paid too much. Why would I shave my hair off?
I'd love you to try to, and it just won't cut. Like that's what you didn't see that? It's uncuttable. It's like fucking wire, razor wire.
That fake putting green grass.
No one knows what my game is. I'm not even going to the phones just in case you come close. Nope.
No.
Oh, no. I know what your game is already.
Oh, jump to conclusions?
What?
No.
Oh,
where are you going?
Thanks. Oh, the penis towel? I wish I invented the penis towel. What is it called? The dick towel, right?
Oh, yeah, that go. You can get that on funnyfor1second.com.
But you know how many towels they had? They must have sold by now? The dick towel?
Come on. Huge cock. That can't. Is that real?
Dicktowel.com.
It was part of Always Sunny.
Yeah.
It was like an in-show thing. Derek has one.
Does he?
Yep.
Yeah, but it started out as a joke.
A dick towel.
I bet you they're making real money, though, off the dick towel.
Oh, yeah. The website crashed the first time.
Right, so there you go.
Fucking D-boy had to get one. What an ass.
Why wouldn't you get a dick towel, Ant?
Because it's silly.
Exactly. What's wrong with being silly?
I don't know. It's not the kind of silly I want.
Yeah, I'd get one if it was black. You know, different.
I didn't even know that came from the TV show because I wasn't watching the show, and now I do watch the show. There, Danny, I had no idea.
Yeah, dick towel.
I had no
dick
idea. That was part of Always Sunny. I'm way behind though.
Also, kitten mittens.
Look at that poor cat.
For all your kitty needs.
Poor fucking cat has little mittens on, and it's just they don't like walking in those things.
That guy's the
Cats
funniest.
hate things on their feet.
That guy's the funniest guy on TV, by the way.
Poor fucking cat.
After we watched this in the back office one day, I think we spent the next hour and a half watching animals with shit on their feet because it's just too goddamn funny.
Why is it so fucking funny?
I know. They all walk like they walk like Blair's cousin Jerry.
Wow.
Those poor fucking
hilarious.
animals. How do they get away with this without getting complaints?
I have a feeling they do get complaints, but Always Sunny kind of doesn't give a shit in general. That's why I like that show.
Fucking funny. I want to see that video that Bill mentioned about the kid.
What do you got?
Kid with the
what do you got, Bill?
Air
Oh,
horn.
this really fat kid who E-Rock said looked like John Panette is sleeping on the couch. And his brothers come over with an air horn and just blast him right in the face with it. And
E-Rock should have said the kid looks like me.
Looks like E-Rock.
No, he's right. Watch when you see this kid.
Right.
Yeah, this is Sean, and we're about to blow an air horn while Liam's sleeping. Let's check that. Check it.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay. Big fat kid just got woken up. He's got a McLovin t-shirt on.
Stop recording it! Oh, I got your ass right now and I won't pay for it!
Oh, his little fat legs are kicking.
Stop recording it!
Oh, to delete it. It ends up on.
Now he just starts watching TV like a little whale, just laying there.
God, don't you hate fat kids?
Ah, look at him. He's kicking at the camera.
Carrie. Okay, stop it.
Oh, he's getting up.
Yeah.
I'll lay it right out of your head!
And you'll pay for it.
Uh-oh.
He's gonna throw
I'll kill you before you try to kill him.
Do it, do it, do it, do it.
his little metal briefcase. He's gonna tell him to delete it.
Do it again, do it again.
They like to annoy me!
Do it again.
And to give me headaches!
Give me headaches.
And to annoy you!
This kid's great.
Sean, stop recording
Holy fuck!
Oh.
That is great. That kid's fucked.
These poor kids, their childhood is over.
Done.
Who didn't have that moment? Your older brother's picking on you, losing your shit, and your mother never comes to your defense.
No.
Kids
she
fucking
ain't
torturing you, and she's in the other room, you know. Michael, stop that.
I like how he's yelling, delete it, and now it's everywhere for everyone to see.
Yeah, that's a classic example of why you have to just roll with the joke, because then it's only 15 seconds long,
And it's over. If he just would have went, stop.
Yeah,
They wouldn't have put that up. It would have been nothing. No one would watch it.
It's
now
like-
it's hysterical.
it's like Clemens. If he just like, I roided it up.
Yeah.
What do you want? I'll take 100 victories away.
Yeah, I did it. Go ahead. What are
Stop
you gonna
saying I did roids.
I didn't say that. With his big fat face.
He looks just like Panette. It's a good call.
Yeah, it is a good call. All right.
Chubsy Ubsy.
I had to electronically sign something yesterday, and now I just got an email that it wasn't accepted. What the fuck? Why do they have to make everything so complicated in this world?
Why can't you just have it mailed to you?
Yeah,
Well, because that's too easy.
Or faxed?
You have to go through a whole
You're gonna
process
give them-
to get a password, a customer ID, to get your electronic signature official. I don't know.
Yeah, then what they're going to do is they're going to have.
I help tell dick jokes. Why do we have to deal with this shit, Ant?
They're going to sell your electronic signature, and then if you ever try to come after the Illuminati, they'll just
there
have
you
this
go.
piece of paper with
There you
documents that I am a Nazi, and they'll just stamp.
They'll have it.
Yeah.
The Illuminati could just forge it.
Ready for this? This is what I got. This is what I got. Hi, Opie. The filing was not accepted
That's
because
the best anybody's ever taken out one of my dumb theories.
The Illuminati.
I think I just forge it.
Hi, Opie. The filing was not accepted because it did not have a valid user ID or password.
That's right.
Well, you're not valid.
I'm valid.
You're not.
I went through
Apparently
the
not.
process yesterday.
You were
for
valid, it would've
validation.
went
I'm
through.
valid.
If it wasn't
What went
validated properly.
Ant, don't make fun. You got to do one of these too.
I'll just laugh.
Wait till you go through this shit.
You know what? Did you
Wait till you go through this shit, Ant.
Where did you have
And
to?
then you won't be making your jokes.
Where did you have to electronically sign it? On your phone?
Well, I don't know.
Where did you actually sign?
You don't
something?
sign it.
What do you do?
It's an electronic signature, but you're not actually signing.
But then what do you do?
You get the.
Do you type your
you
name
get a
in?
valid user ID or password, and then that is your signature, I guess. I don't know. I had to deal with this for an hour and a half yesterday with a crying kid on my lap.
Is that Iraq?
After he woke up with an air horn in his face.
Wait till you have to go through this. You won't be.
Is
making
that
your
something I'm
jokes.
going to have to deal with?
Yeah,
Yeah.
within the week.
Really?
Do you have a user ID and password
I don't even know
for an
what the fuck
electronic
that is.
signature?
No, I got
This is
it
what
for
the government's doing
I
now.
got for Mr. Skin.
This is what the
Does
government's
that work?
doing now.
No.
I'm sure there's some conspiracy behind this, right, Bill?
I was watching the dog with the socks on his feet.
We should all be watching that.
On the dog with the socks on his
I'm
feet.
just bringing nonsense.
Hey,
to the
look,
show.
goose stepping.
Yeah, just prancing down the street.
Great.
I like how they
lip is on a
can't think to
stallion.
just, if you just had one on, it would actually bite it.
Yeah.
But
just
you
take
give them
it
all
off.
four, it's just overwhelming.
They
It's
freak
just system
out.
overload.
They don't know what to do. Their
is
legs
funny.
move independent of their brain at that point, and they just can't function. Oh, the poor thing. I feel bad for animals.
We used to do that.
No, you didn't, Chip. You're lying.
We did.
You lie.
We did it with cows. Put
Cows.
nails in their feet.
Chip makes it very mean-spirited.
Right in their ankles.
They don't have ankles.
They do.
I don't know. They have fat
Cows are
Something.
dumb.
How would you know that?
I was raised around cows and horses.
Were you? You were a farmer?
No, I was a little equestrian kid because my dad wanted to be a cowboy at fucking 35
Yes.
years old.
You might have seen the video of his father in Seattle with the horse.
Yes, tragic end. I grew up around horses.
They don't have ankles?
Out in Orange County, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, those horses down the street, I never knew anything about their bone structure.
No?
Yeah, I just know you grabbed a handful of grass. Hey! Hey, you fucking horse, get out. Yeah, fuck you too.
Yeah, they're just too fucking... People trust them too much. It's like, let me just get up on this fucking giant animal's
Oh, yeah.
back and ride it.
Yeah, that you had to break.
And you were always getting fucked up. No matter what, the horse could have been a docile horse, but somehow you were falling off of that. You knew if you rode horses more than just going to a rent string or, once a fucking year, if you owned a horse and rode, you were fucking getting thrown off of that thing at some point in your life. And it's not fun.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, the thing would see
I like,
something
you know what I
and
like?
scared.
I like baby wild animals and how people, they're so in the mindset that it's a baby that they're not really looking at the size of it. That was that day when they brought in those baby tigers.
The
When you got
tigers.
scratched, they go,
Yeah,
"Do you want to
yeah.
hold this thing?" I'm like, "You out of your fucking mind? I don't want to get scratched by a house cat. That thing's got this, that refrigerator Perry-sized paw.
Already.
4 of them already."
Yeah.
It fucking nailed me on my leg and my arm. Yeah,
it hurt?
this little fucking
Fuck
tiger.
yeah, it hurt,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, it really left like a big fucking scratch down my arm.
Or even they would see like a little colt galloping around on the grass.
Yeah.
Oh my God! If that thing kicks you,
It's adorable. That
it's
little
bigger than a
colt
Great
leg.
Dane. It's bigger than a Great Dane, but because it's not as big as a horse, people get in that mindset. It's a baby.
And they see because it's a baby, but the muscle on the leg is like Tyson's arm
Yeah.
in his prime. The fucking one kick, and you are done.
I got into an argument with DeRosa yesterday. I'm crashing with him, right? And about orangutans. We were watching Cannonball Run Part 2. Tony Danza's in the back of a limo really driving, and they got an orangutan driving, and Don Knotts pulls him over. Great movie. Don Knotts pulls him over with Tim Conway, and they get into this throwing shit at the orangutan, and it's throwing shit back at him. And I was like, Joe, I wouldn't do that fucking scene. What are you talking about? And I go, dude, I wouldn't fucking miss it. Because you're an idiot. No, I said he was an idiot, because we were saying that...
I like the
He
way you
said that-
immediately gave Joe the horrible part. Joe called me a piece of shit. Oh, wait, that was me.
That was me, yeah. No, he was saying, he goes, only chimps do that shit. I go, dude, you out of your fuck? Look at that thing's fucking arms.
Oh my God! Look at Danny.
Oh, here it is right here.
He finds the clip in a second.
What? Look,
Mir
watch.
ist wirklich ungern ein Ticket.
Ja, weil es immer der dicke Macker hinten ist.
Another language. Danny found another language version.
Verzeihung, Sir, wir sind ein...
That right there. Look at how it just grabs your head. Fuck
It's
that.
Don Knotts. That's probably the same orangutan from
Weißt du, was das da hinten ist?
Every Which Way But Loose.
Das ist ein
Totally.
Siehst du die abgedunkelten Fenster?
Do you know how strong those fucking things are?
That's
crazy.
what I was trying to tell him. I said, if that thing wanted to, it would rip your arm out of your
Yeah.
sock like you were made out of
And
Play-Doh.
they just beat you with it.
It's the same with a dog, though.
Beat you with your own arm.
A pit bull, you have a pet pit bull, they could just rip your fucking arm off.
But this is
or
the
your hand off.
difference, though. That's a domesticated animal. It's an animal that could be domesticated. This is a fucking wild animal. That's the
Just whacked
exact
him in the
argument
head.
that he brought up.
Look at it, it's fucking smacked
That
him in
shit.
the head.
And now, how do you know this thing isn't going to get amped up as you're having your little karate fight with it? All of a sudden, it just reverts back to its jungle behavior.
Tony Danza and Mel Tillis, by the way, are in the back of that truck.
Tim
the
Conway,
back of the
Don
limo.
Knotts.
Come on, Don Knotts funny every time.
Don Knotts is doing it like a karate fight with the orangutan. Wow, this is
God,
great
this
comedy.
Fucking stinks.
The only way I would do that scene is if the trainer had a gun to that orangutan's head.
and would have used it in a second.
CGI, whatever the fuck it is. Just get it out of there.
A green gun. It's just
Yeah.
a green fucking painted it green. Yeah, well,
There's no way.
Take it out in post.
This has all the classic laughs, cheap laughs of a late 70s, early 80s. They have not only an old lady giving the finger, they also have a monkey giving the finger.
Giving the finger. That is funny. Nothing funnier than an old lady going, up yours.
Yeah. Oh, and she did. Yeah, she did the fuck you one, and then she drove through the window of a dealership. Of course.
Oh, hysterical.
It's a bad movie.
Bad. Well, Cannonball Run 2 answered all those questions from Cannonball Run 1.
That's bad, Bill.
Oh my God. Well, first of all, it's directed by a stuntman, so there you go.
Hal Needham.
I don't know who it is.
Hal? I think it's a Hal Needham
but
production.
they actually wrote a Cannonball Run song. And there's one montage. I swear to God, it's like 15 minutes of them just playing this song, desperately trying to make it a 90-minute movie. Just cannonball, cannonball, and they're showing every fucking car on an individual shot going over a bridge. It's like, I got it. There's a race. Cannonball, cannonball. It's like,
are you trying to say they didn't have enough material, Bill?
Oh, yeah.
They needed 90 minutes to get it in theaters.
Burt Reynolds was just starting to get fat, so they kept, because Joe
goes, had the wig on, right?
I didn't even know they made a second one.
And Joe goes, why do they have him dressed like Han Solo? It's like, because they're trying to hide his gut. They got like this vest over him. Shirley MacLaine, right before she got old.
Cannonball, cannonball.
I can't remember. It's fucking horrific.
And they're just showing the cars.
You should see the cast, though. It's ridiculous. Telly Savalas.
Wow.
Dean Martin.
They got everyone for that one. I was like, Burt Reynolds
Sammy Davis Jr.
Dom DeLuise.
Dom, of course, is in there.
Yeah, Dean Martin. And a bunch of cars.
Cannonball.
Burt Reynolds.
Oh, this is the song. I think this is it.
Yeah.
It's a car movie.
Sammy Davis Jr.
A couple of wise guys behind us. Slow it down. Let's see how balls of gear.
Jamie Farr.
Jamie Farr.
That's a couple of great-looking chicks.
Woo! So much for boredom.
Let's nail them.
Cannonball.
How bad is that looping? You can just hear them in the recording studio.
They're supposed to be in the car.
Yeah, there's no sort of ambiance that you're in a car.
No.
Cannonball, cannonball, cannonball. That's how you do.
So bad.
It's not what you got, it's how you do.
Yeah.
You be you and I'll be me.
Speed limit 155. That's crazy. Changing the sign like that.
That's great. Isn't she from the Dukes of Hazzard?
Oh, yeah.
And Shirley MacLaine. Shirley MacLaine gets the end. Wow.
From sea to shining sea.
Cannonball.
They speed up the footage.
That was so badly done. It's like 1920s footage.
They're speeding up the footage to make it look like they're going faster.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That was done really bad.
They can't outrun the radio.
Charlie, you got a hot one headed your way. You'll see it in about 3 minutes.
In alphabetical order, Susan
A
Anton.
couple of great-looking chicks.
Catherine Bach. Yeah, they didn't even try to make it sound like they were in a car.
Oh, no, it's terrible. And none of this makes sense. They're driving a white Lamborghini. Now the cops are coming after them. So they're in the middle of fucking nowhere, driving 155 miles an hour, evidently.
Yeah.
Right? Sid Caesar, Foster Brooks. This is what we're talking about here.
Cast. Jackie Chan.
Wow.
Young Jackie Chan, yeah. I don't know. It's you're gonna afford.
Yeah, they're using the old.
The greatest thing I've ever seen.
Cannonball, cannonball.
They end up pulling into a construction site, and without having to talk to anybody, all the construction workers start spraying the car, and the white comes off and it turns red, and then they get
there
away.
You go. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
right,
just
right.
that classic.
What if it fucking rained? This is stupid.
This is stupid.
It's really childish to pick apart a movie as shitty as this, but it's fun.
Yeah, how did they know that they had to do that?
Frank Sinatra was in this?
Yeah.
What? Joe Theismann?
What woman did Frank beat in this one?
Star-studded.
Star-studded. Abe
Vigoda.
Abe Vigoda.
They have like 3 out of 4 guys in the mob scene were all from The Godfather. You can hear them bitching about their agents in between takes. Cannonball, cannonball. But we got to get this Burt Reynolds.
You boys something you won't think I've been drinking.
Oh, my God. That's just the
man.
intro. It's gone on forever.
It's endless.
Hey, we got Ira doing more celebrity tweets.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Sorry,
another one?
I was just hypnized by that.
I'm trying to move
clip.
on because we got to take a break. Then we got to get Mark Maron in here.
Yeah, because I have a Cialis rod.
Really?
Yeah, music did it.
Cannonball.
Cannonball.
Yeah, get it out of your head. I challenge you.
Nah, ain't gonna happen. Cannonball.
Our new friend Ira, the weatherman from Jay Thomas's show. We love the guy.
Oh, yeah.
He comes in on Fridays usually.
He's the best.
New bit where he reads tweets of very famous people. And I believe he's doing more of 50 Cent here, maybe?
Fitty? Little Fitty?
Yeah, he's doing 50 Cent actual
Ira.
tweets. Reading actual tweets from Fitty.
And now, Ira the Weatherman's celebrity Twitter readings. On today's episode, Ghetto Philosopher 50 Cent.
If you're a girl that would ask your man to wait with you till your period goes away, you're going to lose that man. My advice, suck a dick, LOL.
This has been another celebrity Twitter reading from Ira the Weatherman.
LOL. LOL.
People tweet shit like that?
Yes, they do.
The bigger the celebrity, the dumber the tweets, it seems.
Kanye's good, though.
Oh, is he? Yeah.
Kim Kardashian wrote yesterday, insomnia.
That was a...
Yes.
I guess she could.
What reading her tweets cures. Boring fucking fat ass whore. Oh, I'd love to eat her ass after a good shite.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like to get in there?
Yeah,
After a good shite.
And then we had Imus talking about us a little bit today. Indirectly, because our pal Rob Bartlett works on that show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess he was late today, so Imus was a little pissed.
That's why we're not on the radio in Washington. So we're not ever going to be number one anywhere. I mean, that's not the kind of show this is. But why wouldn't you want us on if I mean, you can sell the hell out of it. And just for the prestige. There you go. You might actually get to meet me.
Yeah,
please. That would be the downside, but you just get to work. Okay, here's the deal.
Yes.
If you're ever late again,
There we go.
call Opie and Anthony or Howard.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll go back there and get busy.
All right.
That's just outrage, isn't it?
He sounds terrible like that.
What?
That's rough.
How's that? Why?
That's rough.
I don't
if
mean
you're ever late again, call O&A.
I don't mean
Oh, my God.
Do you think that's what's going to happen?
You know something?
How long has he been with us?
You know something?
25 years.
You know what I think? I think that's going to happen.
Imus sounds really bad.
I'm depressed now.
Oh,
What's wrong with my
Oh, late you are. Late you are.
You're going to have to...
Oh, and then you will go too.
fucking Jesus Christ.
Sounds like Yoda, Ant.
Like, Chip.
You're going to have to update your Imus impression.
I can't do the old Imus anymore. It's
Imus in the morning program it is. Yes. Call us you will. Late or not again, you will be. Or you will end up on the Opie and Anthony or Howard show. You will. Oh. I am not the Imus you look for, no. Oh, fired. You will be. You will be.
Aw, that sucks. How about his voice? I hope he's just got a cold or something. Hate to think,
That's more than a cold.
That's the new Imus voice.
Maybe he's got MRSA.
Of the larynx.
Are you glad we cleaned the studio for you today, Bill?
Absolutely thrilled.
You're all in with this MRSA thing and we should avoid it?
I am antivirus.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking
So is this company.
God damn, Jimmy, man.
It's not going to get better than that. We'll be back. Old school Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
Got Bill Burr in studio, BillBurr.com. The big plug for Bill. Comedy Central special is second one, Bill.
Yes, for Comedy Central.
Sunday night at 11 p.m. Check it out. And then it'll be released on CD and DVD October 5th.
On Comedy Central.
What happened? Did I say Comedy Central?
On Comedy Central.
Comedy Central, Bill Burr, Sunday night at 11 o'clock.
Thank you.
And with that, we also say hi to Mark Maron in studio. What's up, Mark?
Hello, fellas.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going.
It's nice to see you.
Is it?
Yeah.
Been a while.
I don't even know how long it's been. How it's been? A few months? Because I don't.
Yeah,
you know, when you don't live here, I don't talk to you enough. I don't know what the hell I talked about last time. I got some problems, but I'm all right.
Some problems.
What do you mean you got problems?
Nothing bad.
All right, here's where I'm at. I'm on the fucking subway. I'm on the fucking subway reading this book.
Letting
go of anger.
Oh boy,
I'm a guy sitting on a subway.
You don't want to be next to that guy.
But I'm reading this book, and I know people are looking at me, and I think they're judging me. And there's part of me that wants to go, "What the fuck are you looking at?"
You know,
I just started it. I just started.
I think it definitely depends on how far into the book you are.
Dude, I looked at that. I almost bought that off the Kindle. I just didn't buy it.
Did you really?
Yeah, but I had a problem with my account. Yes, anger issues are terrible.
So you know where I got this?
You threw your Kindle against the wall.
Can I ask Mark something? Is this a prop, or are you really reading the book?
Dude, let me tell you.
It's so huge.
I'm going out with a 27-year-old lunatic, and I thought after all these years of just fucking girls spitefully at my ex-wife and not connecting with them at all, that I was somehow or another, that this anger issue that destroyed my second marriage was gone, that I had outgrown it.
Right.
So as soon as I meet a woman who I open my heart to, right, because it's completely chaotic. If I meet a woman and it's somewhere in the first 5 minutes she says to me, "My father's a fucking asshole," I go, "I'm your guy. I can be your father, and you can have sex with me." But all right, so this is that girl. So my heart opens up.
I gotta slow you down.
What?
Just a little bit, because you came in here a couple months
sorry,
ago,
man.
and this was a fan or something. Remember?
Yeah,
you
this
told
is
a
that
story,
one.
and you
That's
were
one.
in love, and everything was going pretty well.
I am, but this is what it looks like. This is what love looks like.
That's what love looks like.
This is what love looks like with me.
Reading a book on anger and
horrible. And the sad thing is, a fan sent me this book. I get this book in my P.O. box, Letting Go of Anger. The card just says, "This book helped me a lot." And see, it breaks it down into 11 kinds of anger. So the card just says, "This helped me a lot. I'm shame-based anger." That's what the guy wrote.
Did you find out what kind of anger you are?
All of them.
You're every single one.
Can you loan me that afterwards?
Dude, if you read it, you're not going to have an act.
Yeah, then you
the act is over.
But God, we should all walk around New York City with that book. You would stay out of trouble.
Well,
Who's going to fuck with you if you have a Letting Go of Anger book hanging from your back pocket?
I want to read the dedication to my family who I beat for a long time.
To my family, fuck them.
To my family. Sorry about that.
I don't know. It's just gotten out of hand. As soon as I get this girl, it's just gotten out of hand.
What is this girl doing to you?
I don't really know what the hell it is, but it just seems that when I meet somebody and I let them in a little bit, my heart just becomes this fist. I just want to keep punching them with my heart fist.
My heart, yeah, hit it with your heart fist.
Yeah, that's it. You ever heard that song?
Yeah,
so I'm just like, I'm just lashing out. She's driving me nuts. She's chaos. As I learn more about her, I don't know if you've dated this woman, but the woman whose room looks like a nest. Like, literally, there's just clothing everywhere. It's just a bed covered in clothes, and there's shit all over the floor, right? No, not just on the floor. There's food cartons on the bed, and the only thing that makes sense on that bed is her vagina. Just that's the only. The rest is just chaos. And
chaos around the vagina.
I just don't have the patience for it. I'm not that. I'm 46 years old. I'm not that, this. Like, I want to fuck in a restaurant. I'm like, I'm too old for that shit, and I don't even know how you would do that.
Be sticky.
Not
in a good way.
Yeah,
I'm tired. I'm a little tired. I didn't ever think I would say that.
Does it bug you, like the clothes all over and stuff? Do you go like, clean this shit up?
No, but that's the anger. You can't say that because
Why
I don't want
angry at that.
But does it even bother you though?
Not really, because I'm not living there.
So then who gives a shit? Why do you care?
You got some OCD?
Maybe in my head. that I think like maybe this one I'll have a baby with her.
Oh no! Wow! Yeah, okay.
Dude, I'm every kind of anger in this book.
Of course you are.
They're so.
Bill, read through the chapters.
Are they big?
All right.
Or the actual anger.
Yeah, I want to hear these.
All right. Sneaky anger. Showing anger by doing nothing. Just sitting there simmering.
I've seen those. I've seen those.
You
That's not me.
have all of these.
Anger
That's not
turned
me.
inward, becoming the target of your own anger. I've done that.
Yep.
Sudden anger. This one I don't think anybody has. Blowing up without warning.
No one in this room.
No, I have that.
Why is everyone looking at me? I'm going to take a break.
Shame-based
You guys have
anger.
fun with this.
Shame-based.
Yeah, turning shame into rage. Done that.
Oh, wow.
That's called getting heckled when even you knew the joke stunk too.
That's exactly it.
Deliberate anger, becoming mad to get what you want. I never use that one.
I've done that my entire career.
You
are a horrible person. It's my career in comedy.
I can't even read the word.
What do you mean?
Habitual?
Excitatory anger.
That sounds
Getting
good.
angry because you can't read what the fucking word is. Habitual hostility.
That's getting high on anger, by the way. That's a big one, Bill, that you just read.
wow,
Getting
really?
high on
Getting
anger.
high
It is
on
a-
anger.
It is a rush. Yeah, absolutely. It's a drug.
Well, that's the issue, and that's the problem I'm having.
All right, I'm just so we know. Let me blow through the rest of these. Habitual hostility, looking for reasons to get anger, paranoia, feeling attacked by everyone, moral anger, defending one's beliefs and values. I never do that.
Is this?
Oh, my
This
God.
sounds like your
Resentment.
This sounds like your CD credits.
Exactly. This is the track list of my next CD. Long-lasting anger about old injuries. I don't hold on to shit. Conclusion: letting go of anger.
Yes. Conclusion: how to hide a body.
I don't know about anybody else, but I think this book just changed Bill's life. I think you're going to get this book, aren't you?
Yep.
They had the little quiz at the front.
Bill, don't do
I
it.
just put yes
Don't
on
do it.
all of them.
Yes is all of them,
It's
right?
all yeses except for like two.
Well,
I'm annoyed by the quiz.
wait,
when
give
I
us some
am.
questions. I want to. Let's take the quiz.
Okay, it's an anger styles quiz.
Yeah. Beliefs.
Anger
that's-
styles.
Okay.
So they break it into styles of 3 questions each. So I guess so this is the anger avoidance questions. Answer anger style quiz. 1. I try never to get angry.
Yes.
Absolutely not.
I get really nervous when others are angry.
No.
I'm feeling I'm doing something bad when I get angry.
No.
See, so none of you guys are really anger avoidance.
No, I'm crazy. I'm exactly the opposite of everything you just guys were saying.
Do you avoid anger?
Yeah. I don't like anger. I avoid it. I get nervous.
Really?
When anger is around in any way,
So you're
shape,
just
or
a-
form.
you're a quietly
I'm a
pussy.
faggot.
Wait, you don't avoid anger, though?
I as a faggot.
You ever talk about taxes with you? You don't get avoiding anger. You're fucking hunting it out with a fucking...
Yeah, but,
something you hunt out.
they talk about justified anger in here.
That's like the belief thing. Like Jimmy pointed out.
Anger at no improv skills, chapter 12. I should write that. Fag.
The belief anger, that's like preaching my bullshit.
Yeah.
That, like, if somebody doesn't see my point of view, as I'm really believing that I'm making valid points, I'll start getting, like, worked up. But I don't know if it's
That
anger
should just
or
be
passion.
called. That's barroom anger.
Barroom anger. Well, that's every
Dude, I'm
anger for
telling
me.
you, they got satellites. They're fucking looking at us.
But that's right. It says that there is healthy anger. It doesn't say you can't be angry. But the thing I do though is like I know I don't know. Are you a rage person? Like if I start getting angry and I know it's coming, there's that moment where you're like, "Fuck, dude, just don't do it." You know, it's
Don't
like just
put me over the edge.
Yeah. Just let's move past
No.
it. And in my mind, I'm saying that it's like it's not that big a deal. It's not that big a deal. And next thing you know, I'm like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And then it's over. Then you've done the damage.
My type of anger goes, I could take a lot of fucking shit before I blow up and start like yelling and cursing and that stuff. And the prime example would be Waltz in The Godfather when he's like, "Tom, you should have told me who sent you. Hey, have something to eat."
Yeah.
And he's just, as he's talking, he's just
like,
getting more and more pissed. Now, you get the hell out of here. Tom didn't say a word. Tom's just eating.
You guinea Mick.
And he's telling his story, and he's just getting more pissed as time went on.
Yeah.
That is exactly what I'll do.
No, you'd get mad for the reason Waltz did in the book, that there was a 12-year-old up in the room waiting, and he went seeing the director's cut.
Oh, yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah. Jack
Waltz
Waltz,
is a
when that party that
naughty boy.
Robert Duvall goes to first meet him, when he goes, I admire your picture very much. He was dating a starlet, a pony, and in the book they reveal she was 12, and she was crying up in a bedroom. So when Tom was leaving, he looked up in the bedroom and realized that this guy had fucked that 12-year-old. Yeah.
Jesus.
Kind of made it a little easier, too.
That makes it a different character.
Yeah.
No kidding.
She was the greatest piece of ass I ever had, and she had no pubic hair.
And I had him all over the nursery.
Oh, my God.
Got it out.
Sure did.
So the anger book's helping you, Mark, obviously. That's good.
Well, it's helped
Good
me
for
a
you.
little bit. I did have, I'm just surprised that it's all back because I really thought I'd gotten past some of it, but I think I was just stuffing it down. And to the point where, I seem to understand. I think, like I was at Delta going to Atlanta a few weeks ago, and I was on a TSA line for fucking 2 hours, and I'd never been on one that long.
Yeah.
And they were understaffed, and it gets to that point where you're like, just let the fucking terrorists on. I don't care. I'm willing to gamble. It's not my plane. You know what I mean? And then like. I'm just starting to get very hyper aware of my thought processes because actually Patrice brought this up. He kept telling me like when I was talking to him, I'm in my head too much. So now I'm like hyper aware of what the fuck is going on in my head.
What's going on in your head? You got to get rid of that shit.
Well, no, but how can you live in the everyone's like, live in the present, live in the present. That's like, so that's like you want to be a retarded person? I mean, you can't, what does being in the now mean? Like, I mean, what does it mean?
A lot of my anger is I anticipate fuckhead moves.
You make shit up, in other words.
No, but it usually ends up happening. Like that whole security line, I was waiting for you to be like, yeah. And then the person in front of me is complaining about how long it takes. And then they wait to begin their disrobing process and computer taking out thing until they're there. Then, how many bins do I need? It's like, or rubberneckers. I want to fucking shoot all of them. Have you ever seen a body?
Yeah.
Is there ever a headless torso laying in the road?
Sometimes.
The most inane.
But here's what happened there at the line, though. I literally took 2 hours. I'm about to miss my plane, and I'm pissed, and I'm at the bins, and the TSA guy comes up and taps me on the shoulder. I turn around. There's a wheelchair guy there. And he's like, do you mind if we...
Yes, I mind.
Right, there's part of me that a good person would have just said, oh, of course not, just let him in. But then I'm thinking, like, is that a real wheelchair guy? Like, what's the credibility? Because I've seen guys get up out of the wheelchair and walk through the fucking security.
Yeah.
So I'm literally saying that. What kind of asshole am I? Is that a real wheelchair guy? And then he fucking gets up and walks
Or you're
through.
just one of the lazy ones.
Why should you miss your flight? His old turnip legs didn't want to. Fuck him. Wait in line.
I treat those lines like it's like a fucking game show. I can't do things fast enough. And just, I don't know why, I get all fucking tense and nervous at the security thing. Not because anything's going on, but I can't work that quickly. It's the shoes, it's this. Do I have something in my pocket? Is the thing going to beep when I go through? Do I have my ticket? Where's my shit? I want to keep an eye on the... Got to take the laptop out. And then getting everything back together after it comes out. You don't want too much shit piling up behind. So I just freak the fuck out.
Yeah, you got to move it. There's a process. We travel a lot.
Yeah, you take all the metals, you stick them in the jacket you're going to take off, right? So you got that, you stick that in the bin, you got your computer bag ready to go out.
Warm.
You leave your shoes on till the last second because the floor is fucking dirty.
Right.
So at the last second, but you take your shoes, you put those in first. Shoes come out first, you put those fuckers on. Yeah, and then your computer. So then you got that in your hand, then the computer bag comes, you stick that in, and then, I try to lead by fucking example. And these morons.
That is good.
I sat down on the benches. I sat down on the benches yesterday.
Intelligent thought.
I'm just as fast, but I am a mess. I'm just, I'm grabbing shit. I'm limping over to the fucking bench to sit down, to put everything back.
Pockets turned inside out.
It's just like, I look like I've been mugged, yeah. It's just awful.
And then you realize after all this stress, you've saved a minute. Yeah. It never takes that much longer.
Yesterday, I went to the bench.
Collectively, the whole line. Look, I'm getting angry
Fuck them once I'm there. I'm there, I'll peruse a book while I'm there. Fuck them. Once I'm in the bins, they can go fuck them others.
And I'm 20 people behind him going, look at this motherfucker with this book.
I'm Kenny Casual.
Always.
I had broken up with this girl by the time I got to the airport yesterday at 5 a.m. I break up with her every other day, so that's the kind of relationship we're having, where you're just like, fuck you, get out, and then about a half hour later, you're like, I come back and fuck me, and then like,
oh my god,
yeah, and then like the day,
volatile.
Well, it's volatile, it's completely ungrounded, but that kind of sex is the best kind of sex in the world. That kind of, like I used to always think that because I used to fight with my ex-wife, that the kind of sex you have on like a pile of clothing that has been taken out of a dresser to be put in a suitcase to leave you is the best kind of sex that you can have. Because everything depends on it. But I keep breaking up with her, and she keeps breaking up with me, and it's just ridiculous. So I get to the airport the only reason I'm bringing this up, it wasn't just to derail the conversation. I get to the airport at 4:35 in the morning. I'm exhausted. I'm punchy. She was supposed to pick me up, and she didn't because I knew she'd not wake up because she's on her pile of clothing and she couldn't find her alarm clock. And And I get to the airport, and you know when you're on those really early flights and everybody looks like they just woke up and there's something vulnerable and weird about it? Like, you kind of feel like you just had a slumber party with everybody who works at the place. You're like, hey, how you doing? You know, and,
That's funny.
And I just woken up, and like I just broken up with this girl because she didn't pick me up, and I had to drive to the fucking airport, and I barely made it. And I go through the security thing, and for the first time ever, I didn't race to try to beat my trays. I actually sat on the bench. And I'm sitting on the bench, I'm putting my shoes on, and this woman sits next to me, and it's that weird waking consciousness, like I'm looking at her, and like her hair still looks like she had just gotten up, and she looks kind of soft and vulnerable, and I'm thinking, I could go with her. Like, I could live with, like, literally, I'm at the airport, I've been broken up with the girl for a half an hour, I'm like, I'm just gonna go with this lady with the matted hair. She seems really soft and nice. And then I get on the plane, I never think, like, I think I'm better than some people, you know, I think, like, I'm beyond sexism and all this shit. But like there are these moments that happen where I realize I'm fucked up. Like I'm on the plane takes off, dude, and we're in the air, and the pilot comes on. Hi, this is your pilot. We'll be traveling at 30,000, and it's a woman. The pilot is a woman.
Yeah,
but I had that moment where instinctively I went, "Oh, can she do this?" Yeah.
You do. It's like, oh god.
Like, is there a man up there to help her?
Aren't those controls heavy?
Yeah. I feel like such an asshole.
Is she gonna freak out her emotions?
Right.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
She's putting her lipstick on. She fucking broadsides a barn. Stupid whore, pay attention.
For Christ's sake, get a hold of yourself.
Of course.
I was sort of ashamed of myself for thinking that.
I'm ashamed of you if you're not getting off that plane. I want something with a cock and balls up there.
You know,
it's not a cunt pit, is it?
You know how funny that would? You know how funny that would be if you just stood up the second you heard the voice, like, oh no way.
We're already in the
I ain't having no broad.
Yeah,
flying me off
in
the
the
damn
air,
ground.
so it would have been really weird. Land this fucking plane.
Jesus.
You should yell out. You didn't say it was a woman.
Yeah.
Is there a guy up there?
And then you should have at least said, please just tell me, what color is she?
Oh god.
I had that happen too recently, the racial profiling thing, which I always think I'm beyond and above. That was fucking embarrassing. Because I was coming back from Ireland. It was like I'd done the 12-hour jump, and we were in Chicago, and we're flying Chicago to L.A., and I'm exhausted. I've been up 16 hours. I'm starting to hallucinate. So I go back to the bathroom, and there's a guy there that's a questionable tone of brown. I didn't know. It wasn't one I was necessarily familiar with, and I decided in that moment that it was probably Palestinian. He was probably Palestinian or Egyptian. And I'm standing there at the bathroom. I swear to God this happened, and I really fight this shit. And I know that I'm like, dude, what are the odds? I mean, come on, just, you're being a fucking racist idiot. But he looks at me, I look at him, he doesn't go to the bathroom, he starts walking to the front of the plane. I'm following him. Like, I have to take action. It's a big plane.
Take him out.
Right. So I'm following him, and then I get to where the flight attendant's area is, and I'm panicked, because in my mind there's shit going down. He keeps walking to the front of the plane, and he disappears into the front first class cockpit area, and I must have had that look like, we're in fucking trouble, because a flight attendant looks at me and goes, are you okay, sir? And I'm like, what? And I look at her, and she's like, are you okay? I'm like, there's a situation happening in my mind right now. Who the fuck says that? There's a situation happening in my mind.
You don't want to say that on a plane.
Right. So I'm like, and she goes, well,
say that on the ground.
Yeah. So she looks at me like, okay, could you just take your seat? Everything's fine. And I sit down, and here's what I think is happening. I have a completely fear-based imagination. I think this guy is in the cockpit with specially treated toxic gloves, and he's now touched the necks of the pilot and the co-pilot, and then they're going, and foam is coming out of their mouth, and he's pushed him aside. He's in the cockpit, and he's going to fly the fucking plane into something, right?
Yeah.
That's what's going on in my head. That's the situation in my head, and I'm panicking a little bit, even though I know this can't be happening, but I'm committed to it. And then all three flight attendants come up, because she had obviously gone back and told them. They all come up to me and go, is everything okay, sir? And I realized, holy shit, I'm the problem.
Now you're the problem.
Yeah, now I'm the fucking freak. And I said it again, there's a situation going on in my mind right now, and I'm a little panicky about it. And they're all surrounding me, and then I see the dude walking back. You know, the guy who I thought was now flying the plane just walks back. He's just taken a round. And at that moment, I realized that I had lost the war on terror.
Yeah,
I had lost.
You were the
I was the
guy.
loser.
Yes and no, though, because it's like if you don't think that when something is happening, you're like, why the fuck did I just use my common
you don't
sense?
say it, though, to
Right,
the
that's right.
flight attendant until you hear, like, Allah Akbar and some bashing of the door.
Yeah, you could have said it a little bit. I'm worried that guy who looks Palestinian in my mind, is going to try to take over the plane.
Right, but I didn't want to commit to it. I didn't want to. So when I was sitting down, because I was sitting right in front of the flight attendants area,
you were movie vague. Where they purposely are vague in movies. So the guy goes, "What?"
Yeah. And I was holding onto a metal top that I was spinning to make sure. But so when they were landing, the flight attendant was facing me in that seat, like I was right there.
Yeah.
And she goes, "You feeling better?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just had a situation in my mind." Again, I said it. And she goes, "That happens to all of us now." And I'm like,
maybe she knew. Maybe she knew.
She knew exactly what
you were
she was
following, because she was probably looking at the guy coming up, too.
It was just ridiculous.
And you're following, so she's probably like, there's two of them coming. We got two.
I think
you were his fucking accomplice.
Yeah.
He's the other
to
one.
Them.
You were the Chechnyan white one.
Yeah, they're really brutal.
We have those. Like, I was on I had a black pilot on a plane, and that shouldn't bother me. But I'm like, why do I care? You know, if I'm on a plane that's being stolen. I mean, it shouldn't have bothered me. See? I made it even more racist.
Flying out of Tuskegee.
How things were you guys' relationships? Everything all right?
Yeah.
Got any? Nothing?
Sure.
Everything's good?
I almost had a physical incident
with
recently.
her? With her?
Yeah. We didn't, though.
Yeah. So you're the same. What now? Okay, Jimmy. So you're the same as me? You're a rageful fuck, or what?
It's frightening. It scares me how angry I get over nothing.
What? Nothing.
It doesn't scare me with his Hulk sneakers that he has on.
They are green-bottomed shoes.
Hulk sneakers.
And you can't stop it, right?
No.
Now, why?
I don't want to stop it.
What was the problem where you don't want to say?
It's general bullshit arguing, misunderstanding. It's like what Mel Gibson was mad at.
Because your feelings get hurt?
Part of it, or it could be because I'm being a baby, or it could be because I'm not getting. It could be one of anything. It's an excuse to go there because it's a control thing, and it's safe, and it keeps it. I'm afraid of dullness. Like, I don't like dullness or boredom.
But wait, let me ask you something.
Why on this show?
Because I'm contributing to the dullness,
or in a relationship.
Can I ask you something honestly? Because I went back to fucking therapy because of this, and it's weird when you go to therapy, like, and you're 46, because like I know what my issues are, and you walk in to therapy, and I'm like, look. I'm not going to be able to unfuck myself. All right, well, let's be honest. So I can't be idealistic. I mean, you can't fix me. I'm more than halfway done with this life thing. Can we temper the shit that's destroying my life a bit? Can we just tune it up a little bit? Right. And she's looking at me like, I guess. All right,
very
help
logical,
me out.
though.
Yeah, but like with me, the anger thing is when let me. Do you feel better when she cries?
No,
in the moment that she does.
No, I feel nothing. Like I'm a sociopath when I argue. I almost feel like it's a movie, and her emotions, what I'm saying, mean nothing.
Really?
They mean nothing.
Wow.
Literally, I can say horrendous stuff. Well, and this is any girl I've ever dated. It doesn't matter to me how they feel. I'm disconnected from it, and it's like, because I'm a loving guy.
So no matter what she says, you don't give a...
Like, you're hurting me. It's like, I don't care if I'm hurting you. You're
Jimmy
garbage.
immediately thinks you're trying to...
Let go of my arm.
Jimmy's thinking you're trying to steal the scene when you start crying.
Dude,
trying to fucking upstage me. I'm going to go bigger.
It doesn't feel real. It's not that I don't care.
Because you're in that elevated anger place.
It doesn't feel real.
And then when they get really upset and you finally come down from your anger, you're like, are we okay? Everything good? I mean, you're like, guys, like wow. I do that all the time where you get angry, and then once it's like coming. Like, once the anger is done, you're sort of like, all right, can we move on with our day? And she's a broken mess.
Holy shit.
I've actually felt, as fights have happened, this is with every girl I've ever dated, like, I felt like, as they were crying, I'm like, you're supposed to be feeling something. You should not be so disconnected from this. Like, I know it's wrong.
Yeah.
The person is crying.
You feel,
but it's literally just... It's a total disconnect. It isn't that I don't care, but it's because I'm not spiritual. That's all it is. It's simple. It's corny, but it's better to understand than be understood. And I don't want to understand. I want to be heard, and that's it. And go fuck yourself.
I don't find it spiritual. Like, I just feel horribly guilt-ridden the second a girl pulls that crying stuff.
Pulls it. The second a girl has feelings.
Because of my...
that aren't the ones I wanted to have.
When they pull that shit.
No, to me, it's just another strategy to win. That's all it is.
Really?
It's almost like a running back crying because the defender goes left when they go left. That's what I feel like it is.
That's why you can't connect, because there's part of you that thinks like that. Oh, you're going to do that now?
Yeah.
This is how you're going to play it?
It's about winning. It's not about two people who care about each other.
It's a control thing. You're
I've done that. I've called out my girl when she's cried and said that this is just so now you can win. And there's times I still feel that I was right, but there's it's one of those things. It's one of those,
because she's crying.
No, I don't do like. Look, if I try to be like this. If I'm wrong, you know, I try to immediately apologize and say you're right. Sometimes I'll defend myself, you know, hopelessly for like 5-10 minutes, and then I'll be like, all right, you're right. But like when I'm right and I call you out on something, like, you know, just dumb shit. Like, how come I always have to keep doing these dishes? You're never doing the dishes, but just stupid shit like that. And then somehow it escalates to you're crying, and then it's just like, yeah, I'll be like, look, this is ridiculous. Okay, I've done the dishes like the last 8 days in a row. You haven't done them, but now you're crying to make me feel like I'm this bully.
Yeah, go to your room.
And then as I'm talking like this, then it'll be like, why are you yelling? And it's like, this isn't yelling. This is yelling.
Yeah,
this is yelling.
This is a high. This is a. You have tonal issues. You're hearing.
Why are you yelling? Yeah,
right,
when you're not yelling.
When you're not yelling, when I'm talking like this, and when I'm being told that I'm yelling, it's like I'm not yelling. I'm not biting myself. I'm not you
yelling?
Fucking idiot. Yeah, it's amazing how it all becomes jockeying for position.
I'm seething.
Seething.
I'm not yelling.
No, I get very guilty if a girl starts crying because of an argument or anything. I really don't lose it very often. I can't even describe when I would. It's like with the ex-wife, I would lose it. Yeah, because I could give a shit at that point.
Oh, during the process.
Fuck you, fuck that, whatever. But now it's just like, even if I know I'm right, I'll just go like, you know, I just got to cut my losses.
What's
here.
the meanest thing? What's the meanest thing you've ever said in an argument to a female?
Ooh,
is a great one.
It's got to be the ex-wife.
I'm your boyfriend.
It's got to be the ex-wife. It was something to the effect of, you know, then get the fuck out because I'd rather fuck her.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Well, there you go. I never do the name thing. I never do. You know,
God, I do.
I never do that.
Oh no,
I start with that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
lead with a cunt.
I remember
they have to be capitalized because they're proper names. Sorry.
One of the meaner ones I did. This girl started crying, and I was so annoyed by saying, "Oh, fucking grow up."
Yeah, that's bad.
Grow up.
Grow up. Yeah, I'm not your fucking father.
No, that was my late 20s, early 30s. You know, and I had that level of anger.
And we was talking about before. I don't like makeup sex. The whole myth of wow, you're mad at each other. You argued, and now you just like you stopped arguing. You got your shit together. Let's have this passionate sex. No, because I'll still not like you.
But
I'll be like, no, I'm not liking you right now.
No, I want to face you. I want to be faithing you. Pushing their face in the pillow. No, everything's okay, baby. We're back together.
That's part of it. That's part of it.
That's part of it. The last bit of anger out. Yeah. I want to continue not liking you. I got to wind down from the argument and the bullshit that we had before I could be passionate with you.
Right. I really think it's about, you know, ripping everything down, destroying everything. Everyone's raw and fucked up, and you're tired from arguing, and then it's like it's this primal union, man.
No, I don't see it like that. Yeah, some people could see it like this. Fucking and we argued and I see it like
you can start like that, but
I'm
it evolves.
not very attracted to you right now because you're a fucking cunt still, and you were.
Now you were a cunt 5 minutes ago, and we're in the very new.
Now it's supposed to be all nice, unless you're into, fucking choking sex and shit like that.
No, not unless they ask for it specifically.
Yeah.
Then it's awkward. I have one woman ask me that. You can choke me if you want. And I'm like, I didn't even know how to do it. You know, so you sit there holding a woman's neck while you're fucking going, is this good? Is that a yes? You want me to stop?
Some kind of forensic files reenactment going on, you know?
I'm embarrassed about arguing in public because I've been that guy in my life. That's the most embarrassing. I don't know how many times you've had, like if you've been in a parking lot or a shopping mall or somewhere where another guy, you're having the thing with your chick and another guy comes up, looks at her and goes, is everything all right here?
Oh.
That fucking moment?
No,
I've never had that.
Oh, you got to try harder.
I've been this clenched teeth guy going, don't make a fucking scene.
Oh, no, I'm making the scene.
I turn into a ventriloquist. Don't make a fucking scene. Don't make a fucking scene. I swear to fuck, I am going to just walk the fuck away and leave you right here in the store. I'm going to drive home. Don't make a fucking scene. Okay, you fucking cocksucker.
So I can't stand like when I try to keep shit in house, even like with our apartment, like because it's an old building, the walls are so thin. When she gets going, like I always say, I always say, you don't have to, you don't got to yell it that loud. Why don't you just let all the neighbors know what the fuck is going on?
I'll tell you what the funny thing is they think I'm hitting you, and you're in here after fucking hitting me.
I'd like those fucking.
I'm gonna look like the fucking asshole.
Whisper arguments.
When you go out, everyone's gonna look at you like you're the victim.
I've yelled in my house. Yeah.
Clean it up, you fucking shit.
We used to yell in my neighborhood.
Talk to me like that. Shut the fuck up.
I never whisper.
Greg, why don't you call the cops? Just call the cops and get it over with.
We used to have these horrible arguments in a quiet neighborhood to the point where I got embarrassed when I'd go outside because I was sure that neighbors could hear.
Right?
Yeah, and literally, I'd see my neighbor on the street. We'd be taking our garbage out at the same time. And I had moments where I had to stop myself and go, "I'm not hitting her." You know?
Let me just send this one off at the pass here.
Here's
I'm not hitting her.
They don't know.
Here's a nice one that got yelled at me. It was accidental. My girlfriend one time when I was arguing with her, and she had moved her hand or whatever, and I blocked. It was a stupid thing, and I cut her with my nail by accident. It was like a minor thing, but it wasn't an aggressive thing.
Velociraptor?
It was like one of those stupid things. And then we're yelling at each other, and then she's walking out. She goes, "And why don't you trim your nails? You're always cutting up the inside of my pussy."
Jesus.
Point her.
That's nice.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is great. So, Mark, you're going to break up with this one?
I break up with her every day, man, and I don't know what the hell to do. I really don't know what to do about it because I can't help the fact that I have feelings for her. Like the last few I've dated, I didn't really have them in that way.
What does she think of you? Like, what does she think of you? Has she gotten any of the revelations over the time you've been together? Like, holy shit, this guy was sweet, and now he's yelling at me.
She knew what she's getting into. She basically stalked me, and that's how we met. I think I talked about the last time I was here. And it turns out, like, I'm kind of stuck because she used to, as a job, work with severely emotionally disturbed children.
Jesus.
So, like, that's
you lose.
Right, that's who I am.
You fucking lose.
Like, I'm going to scream and yell, and she's like, just doing this psychological. Right. She's putting up with it.
Right.
Exactly.
This is a day at the office for her.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
So, like, I'm really stuck, and then she feels bad. No, obviously, if we're together, we're wired to be fucked up with each other.
Does she hold a clipboard during your argument? Just checking off things and taking notes?
Just during sex. She holds a clipboard. No, but I don't really know what I'm going to do, only because, like, there's no real trust there. And I've never had a woman say this to me before. Because, like, when I like somebody, and I thought this was gone too, when I get emotionally connected, the jealousy starts, I get nuts. And this is after dating that dominatrix chick her job was to,
to
spank and stick
guys,
things into sad men.
Right.
Yeah, so and I put up with that. But this one, the first time I left town and when we were together to go on the road, she just said to me, she says, "Look, you've never been on the road since we've been going together. I just want you to know that if you fuck anybody out on the road, I'm going to fuck people you know."
Oh.
So, like, now there's this negotiation in place. Like, okay, we're incapable of trust or intimacy, but now we're going to have this weird
lay
detente.
the warnings out there.
Yeah, like there's some sort of threat.
Mutual assured destruction.
Exactly.
Dude, you just saw the tip. She's going to burn down the village.
You think so?
When this one goes south, dude, just stop. If you want to stay in it, stop telling her your secrets. Immediately.
Wow. You know what? I kind of felt that.
Yeah, no.
I'm not telling her mine. I'm telling her everyone else's. No, I'm kidding. I have that feeling that, like, there are moments of vulnerability where I'm like, because when we get in fights, she, like, gets vicious. I mean, like, mean, and she hits. She gets a few in.
Oh, yeah, I got one of those.
Yeah.
Oh, man, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Everyone, they call it passion. I'm passionate.
Passionate? You're fucking hitting me.
They're making a list of weapons they can use. It's like a cache, a weapons cache that they have in their, that they bring up. She has said shit to me that I cannot. She held out on telling me about this dude that she had sex with until, like, I could not believe the timing of this.
Wow. Wait, dude she had sex with before you?
Well, it was sort of in this weird gray area where we weren't, like, it was one of those gray
committed,
areas.
right.
Right. But it was a dude I knew, and it was a dude that, we're not friends or nothing, but we were up in Seattle. Everything was going good, me and the girl. We just had great sex. We're getting along. And then out of nowhere, she goes, "Oh, by the way, I slept with this guy," and I was like, "What the fuck?" It's not even that I care that much. Only in that I'm like, now I got to be, you fucked that guy and you fucked me, and now I got to know that, and now, like, he's got to know that, and that's like,
Mark,
now.
What are you doing to yourself? What are you?
Exactly.
I mean, is this exaggerate? A little bit exaggerated. She's got to have some good points, but this just seems like friend
She's
to friend.
Adorable. and she's really smart, and she's like quirky, and she's sweet as
Why did
fuck.
she tell you she fucked him? Did she feel guilty all of a sudden, or she's trying to sabotage a good thing?
I think she told me it was preemptive. I think she started to think that I would
find out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like why she picked right after sex while we were out of town on the first day we were out of town. So I couldn't have a way out. I couldn't send her home. I couldn't, And then, but see, that's one of those things where why the hell can't I just get over it? What do I care? I've been the dirtiest pig in the world. I mean, what do I care? She's not winning.
I got mad at a girl. I got mad at a girl one time because I knew she was doing something one day with a guy. She was fooling around with a guy lightly. Like, she didn't fuck him.
Yeah.
She didn't get her pussy. I knew she was like a light thing. We had just been seeing each other. And I knew on the day that she was, because I remembered where I was in Las Vegas having a threesome. But she didn't know that, so I fucking...
You were the moral, you had the high ground.
I was fucking all over her for that, and I finally had to tell her, like, hey, look, I was getting blown while a guy was fucking his wife.
Really?
Yeah. It was actually not that good of a threesome.
So it doesn't sound like it.
The wife was blowing you while he was fucking her?
Fucking her, yeah, and that was it. I mean, I didn't fuck her. I didn't want to fuck her.
But do you say goodbye to the couple after something like that? Like, say, you two have a good
fucking
time.
pay them. They leave.
Oh, you pay them. Oh, I didn't realize
it's
it.
like a live sex show. You can watch it. It's interactive.
Oh, it wasn't
if you
just someone you met at a show.
No,
like a couple.
Yeah, because I pictured him standing there like, all right, like tweeting and she's blowing him.
Yeah.
You're into this,
No, Twitter wasn't around then, but...
literal Jim.
I wish I was exaggerating.
You're right. I'm sorry about
Twitter's been around.
I'm tired. 12
What an
months,
asshole I am. No, actually, technically, Bill Clinton was an asshole I am.
No, Bill, I thank you. I do
Wow.
I wish I
Does
was.
that brain ever shut off?
And you got mad.
Mark?
You got mad at her. Oh, yeah.
But it's that self-righteous stuff.
Wow.
What are you thinking right now?
I'm thinking that I said too much, but but no, Bill, like I appreciate the concern, because
just looking out for you.
Yeah, it's driven me a little crazy that after all these 3.5 years of all this heartache and bullshit I went through, I finally come out of the tunnel a bit, and I get emotionally connected to something that is so volatile.
You got to just make sure that you don't keep casting your rod into the same poison pond, and you keep pulling out the same one. You know what I mean? Like, I watched a buddy of mine do that. He kept breaking up chicks and fucking psychos, and he would consistently show up with the exact same kind of girl. It's like, dude, why don't you stop fucking pulling these fucking girls out of that fucked up goddamn dive of a bar?
Yeah, right, yeah, stop.
There's nothing but damaged people in there, including yourself.
Stop sticking your dick into hurricanes.
Yeah, exactly. Join a softball league. Take a cooking class.
But
find something.
But the problem is you're wired for those girls. I'm like an emotional suicide bomber. I am wired to self-detonate as soon as I really feel close to somebody.
Because they fuck really good.
Of course they do.
Kooks fuck really good.
But we're kooks.
The worse the father, the better the fuck.
That's right.
That's one of the truest statements ever made.
Oh God.
So
that's why we like that.
That's why that's the answer to your question. But we're kooks too. We can't separate ourselves from it. Right. I mean, who the fuck lives like us? I'm I'm 46 years old, and I was with her the other night at 1:30 in the morning, eating at a diner. I'm like every other guy my age has got kids. He's sleeping right now. Not that I want to.
And he'd love to be you. Fucking a hot chick who's a great fuck instead of his fucking fat minivan wife with her dumb fucking kids.
Exactly.
He'd love to be you.
Can we switch for a week? Because I got a weird fantasy.
Dude, he'd love to. There's an old expression. 50 bad men can't ruin one good woman, but one good woman can ruin 50 bad men. I mean, one bad woman can ruin 50 good men. A woman who can fuck can run any of us through the fucking mill. But a guy who's a good fuck will get dumped even if he...
I think that's no better girl than one that has to take a little plastic bag out in the morning and pull different colored pills out.
That's right. Yeah.
Pop them in her mouth.
Oh, please. There's always a purple one. Come on, who are we kidding?
Yeah. No, that's it. As she surfaces from the pile of clothing on her bed, her little head comes out looking for her pill bag.
Mark's in trouble, man.
You're in trouble.
I am in trouble a little bit.
Does that brain ever shut down so you can go to sleep at night?
No, it never
just lay
stops.
there?
Well, that's the other
How do you
thing.
fucking fall asleep?
Well, by the end of the day, I'm tired.
From all this.
But
all the yelling.
You're just exhausted.
Just get exhausted.
I just get spinning. Like right after Patrice told me that, because it was Patrice. I don't think I talked about this the last time I was here because like I become aware of my head. Like I got onto a train the last time I was in New York, and I'm thinking stay out of your head, stay out of your head. And I sit on this train. A woman gets on the train. She's got a box with an ice cream maker in it because I see the ice cream maker on the box, and my brain just immediately was like, I like fucking ice cream. Maybe I could have an ice cream maker. How do you make ice cream? What kind of ice cream do I make? Could I make the better ice cream than I would buy at the store? You know, like I love ice cream so much, it'd be like living with a drug dealer.
Exhausting.
Right, but I had to like literally say, "Shut the fuck up," and then I had to stop myself from yelling at the woman. I guess you can handle it, you know.
But my thought process is what makes you a great comic. It's like maybe all right, there's a price to pay for it, but the average person gets on and just looks and goes, "Box."
Your podcast has a hell of a buzz there, Mark Maron. Get a little business out of the way.
Oh, yeah.
The podcast is doing real well. WTFpod.com.
Yes. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah.
What are you taping in New York tonight? Comics?
Yeah, we're doing 2 shows at Comics. The first show is David Cross, Michael Showalter, Glenn Wool, Maeve Higgins, and who else? The one other one. The second show is Bobby Kelly, Dave Attell. That's a 9:30 show. Dave Attell, Bobby Kelly, Kurt Metzger, Joe DeRosa. Wow. And Anthony Jeselnik.
You literally could have broken that down in the first show, call it People Who Hate Jim Norton, and the second show, People Who Like Jim.
It's right. On the poster, I said nerdier and dirtier. I don't know why they would hate you. You know, that's why like I love you, and we had you on the show.
It was very enjoyable.
Well, it's amazing because there are people with the podcast that they never listen to you, and they never listen to Patrice's podcast. Blew some fucking minds. I got some emails like from people that were like, I don't know what that was. Or why that? Because like when you talk to Patrice for a while there, you know, it's amazing because it's somewhere in the middle of it. You're like, I'm talking to Satan. Like there's because he's selling you on these ideas. You're like, I shouldn't be agreeing with this,
but it's like, he's making sense.
Yes.
This shit is so logical.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
it was great
until you break it down later and go, what am I?
Patrice is the fucking pyramid scheme of relationships.
Right.
He actually convinces you that it's okay to fuck another girl and then make your chick smell it and say that's what you get, bitch.
Exactly.
He's a great salesman.
Yeah, he's amazing. But like a lot of the people that you would think would listen to, like I just do comics of all kinds. I don't pass any judgment. So a lot of people are fans of you now that didn't know you before.
Yeah, it was. We got a nice write up too by this guy who writes for Vanity Fair. It was I never get good write ups by those
Vanity
guys.
Fair. Oh, I remember.
Like he's a good example of a guy that may not have known you or taken you into consideration.
Yeah, this guy James Walcott.
Jim Walcott, he's great.
He's a fan of yours too. I've spoken to him. He loves you, man.
And you go after guys that not after. That's a wrong word, but you talk to guys that you have problems with too.
Which is mostly everybody. Like, there's always a little tension. Me and Bill had buried a little bit of tension, but not hostile tension. Just sort of
you
like.
guys had a problem before the podcast?
How could they not?
I wasn't aware. I was classic Mark Maron.
Wait, you didn't like Bill Burr?
No.
What was this about?
Well, no, it's not a problem. We just didn't really know each other as well as we did after the podcast. Like, you make assumptions about people, and there were assumptions made about each other, and I think that we found a common ground.
He had made some assumptions about me.
Come on!
You're talking about the first. No, what did we talk about? Oh, wait, I remember. No, and I remember you are right, because I remember the first time I saw Mark, I was doing an open mic at Stitch's Comedy Club in Boston. And you came walking in, and it was right when the 80s boom had died out. It was the early 90s, right? And then there was this whole new wave of guys coming in, and he came in, and there was some open micer who had gone up before him and done a bit about Cheese Whiz, and he went on stage and immediately is destroying, and I'm like, wow, this guy's a fucking unbelievable comedian, and then started trashing the open micer before he did something to the effect of, and what is the deal with Cheese Whiz? I don't know, but I just sit around going, fuck. And all of us open micers were like, did he just compliment his act, or did he shit on it? And then the comedian you were with bursted out laughing, and then I got totally insecure because I still hadn't got on and thought that you were going to trash me, and I was like, this guy's a dick. I don't like this guy.
You were both right.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, so we talk about that, but there's a lot of people I would never know. Like I just did 2 episodes with Judd Apatow because he
loves comedians.
Well, he wrote me.
I wouldn't know.
He emailed me.
Oh, Jimmy.
Oh, what happened, Jimmy? Jesus, you know.
You know what's weird about him is when he was 16 years old, he interviewed comics.
Yeah, he talked about this on our show. It loves it.
Yeah, I had the tapes. He had the tapes. We digitized them. We used them on the first episode of the Judd Apatow episode on WTF.
I got to check that one out.
We used the interviews with Shandling, Seinfeld, and Jay Leno in 1983
that he did when he was
16.
Wow, that's cool.
And he just loves comics, and he's a fan of the show, so he got in touch with me, and I wouldn't have seen myself talking to him.
We had a good time with him.
Yeah, he's a funny guy.
What's going on with you and Rogan? Because I follow you on Twitter, and
nothing. I asked the guy
chasing Rogan, and he hasn't accepted yet.
The first time I asked him to come on, he didn't want to because I'd done that in the 2 episodes with Mencia, and he didn't want to, because I didn't realize, because I wanted him to come on the show, and I didn't care if he talked about Mencia, but I didn't realize that video, really, of him calling out Mencia is really their wedding video. In the sense that, he's going to be
married to him, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I understood it. I said, all right, well, we don't have to talk about that. Maybe another time we'll wait it out. And then I emailed him again to come on the podcast, and he just didn't even email me back. So someone on Twitter said, why don't you have Rogan on? I just wanted to make it clear that I have an open invitation to Rogan. Right. That's all. There's no problem with him.
Do you change your opinions on some of these guys after you talk to them?
Yeah, I changed.
Did you change your opinion on Mencia?
No, I didn't. My opinion was just that, initially I didn't know how deep the weirdness and the crime of stealing was. So what happened with those episodes is I did a whole episode and I felt like he was bullshitting me. And I didn't know what the fuck to do with the episode because I already told people I'd done it and I was in trouble because I got this big, bunch of bullshit. So then I started talking to some other comics and Madrigal said, talk to some of the Latino guys. So I talked to these 2 Latino comics, Willie Barcena and what's the other guy's name? Steve Trevino, who opened for Mencia about some of the allegations and stuff. And then I called Mencia back and I said, look, I got to do some follow up because, I'm not happy with, how you handled the stealing issue and all this other stuff. And he literally said, I said we could do it on the phone because I was trying to be non-confrontational.
Yeah, right.
And then he goes, I'll be right over.
Oh, good for you for calling him, at least.
Yeah, but then he came back and he did like an hour, and it was like this weird, like he couldn't quite keep his story together, and he couldn't, he was unraveling a little bit. And
shit!
It was pretty wild, and so my opinion of him, if anything, I was like, the guy's a troubled guy. More than anything else. I'm not saying he's any better a person or a comedian.
It's like when you're the wizard and the fucking curtain is coming down and you're holding it up with one hand in front of your face. There's a certain humiliation with it. I'm not saying...
Right, that's right.
And it's like, as a guy, wow. I like the dude. Like, I took a flight with him recently. We happened to be on the same plane together, going to Dallas or whatever. And it was like, he's a pleasant guy. It's like, you want to like Carlos. And it's like, he's a nice guy to talk to. So he's a nice dude.
There's something wrong with the wiring. And I had Dane on, and I have people on that I wouldn't, with Dane, I was never a real hater of Dane I never registered him one way or the other. I just never found him, that interesting as a comedian. And I judged him as more of an indication of something horrible with society as opposed to being a bad comic. But he wanted to come on, and the thing that happens when I interview these guys is all the haters now have an opportunity to see them as people, to hear them as right. Not like, that fucker Mencia or fucking Dane Cook. Now it's a guy talking for an hour like a human being, and you can judge them. If you want to hate, then fine, now you know him as a person. And I literally was with Dane, I was like, why do people hate you so much? I didn't know really what to talk to him about.
But he probably wants to answer that.
He did. He was very prepared.
It's really
very focused.
It's like that scene in Frost Nixon. There's a great scene where the guy is like, Nixon's a criminal, I never want to shake his hand. And then Nixon walks in, and he goes, hi, I'm Richard Nixon. And the guy's like, hi. Nixon puts his hand out.
Right.
Yeah. It's like whenever a hater normally is, again, especially when it's something like a comic, the people normally are very,
but they're just
surprised pleasantly.
They're singular. They're not multi-dimensioned to people when they're hating because they're part of a group that hates people because that guy represents something. When it's a person, it's very hard unless you're an asshole.
Right.
To continue to hate him. It was so funny though because you hooked me up with Dane. That was nice of you. And the weird thing was when he wanted to do the show, he called me out of nowhere in San Francisco. I'm walking down the street and I go hello, and he goes, Mark, it's Dane Cook. And I'm like, holy shit, you have this energy on the phone too? Are you at home pacing around? What's going on? When are we going to do the show? Very intense fellow, that guy, isn't he?
Coming from you.
No, he's very focused. I tried to get under his skin a little bit, but it didn't really work.
No.
And people ended up liking him more.
So used to it.
Huh?
He is so used
love
to it at this
Dude,
point.
his brother stole millions. It's like after something awful like that happened, it's
That's
like, what's going to phase you after your fucking stepbrother, whatever the fuck guy was.
But he's got like the Teflon, he's got the disposition of a politician. He's very clear about, how far he's going to go with the conversation. He's very like deliberate. You know, when I brought up one thing out of that kind of threw him a little bit. The weird thing was he was not that funny about it.
Shit.
Like his first response was not to make a joke. It was like that was between me and that person.
Straight interview.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was a little intense.
No fun.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Louis C.K. then.
No, this was about Steve Byrne, actually. But now, but this week, it took me a long time. I'm going to interview Louis this week. I'm interviewing Ira Glass today. That's going to be interesting.
You running out of guys?
No, it was an interesting opportunity. I mean, that guy is.
You're onto it's a great thing.
He's a radio guy. I mean, he's changed the face of public radio. So it's going to be an interesting interview. Oh, and Jonathan Ames. Have you guys talked to him?
Yeah, I did an episode of his show. He's great.
He's a great.
Bored to death.
Well, he used to do stand-up, kind of.
Oh, okay, of course. He's dating Fiona Apple.
Still?
Yeah.
He's a dirty boy. Have you read his books?
No, I hear he's very good, though.
He's right up your alley. I mean, he's like, yeah.
He looks like a complete filth bag, though, because he's a very funny dude, and he's a very funny writer, and he's quiet and a very pleasant man. And you can just tell that there's something fucking despicable happening there. He just has that vibe.
He writes about it, though. He's written books on books and books about his experience with the transvestites and
And,
insanity.
wow, so he's really
he's a real deal.
Looks like I'll be reading books and books. We can fucking high five over someone who is very disappointing to their entire family.
Wow. I got to bring up the fact that I saw Bill Burr.
Oh, right.
Yeah, last night in was that date
night?
Date night.
I like how you had the decency to go, what was that? Like, I've booked a ton of films.
What was that?
That was the only major motion picture I've ever been in.
Something.
Yes.
It was great. I'm watching, and I'm like, holy shit, Bill Burr. Yeah. I just sit there like, it's the oddest thing when you're just sitting there. Well,
Then it stops being a movie.
It's Bill Burr.
It does. Because you're like, I know that guy.
At the end, big scene, kind of rushing out on the roof. Where was that? Fucking Silver Cup?
No, it was...
the roof of Silver Cup? I see the bridge in the background.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. Yeah, it's right. You come on 59th Street Bridge.
Let me be Bob Kelly. God, dude, that movie sucked. I mean, you were good, but that movie sucked. Bob's an animal.
But my favorite, Bill comes through one of the rooftop doors, and he's a cop. And he's
surprise! Can you believe it?
A classic rooftop scene for Bill Burr.
He's got the gun out, and I love it. He's just drop the guns, and he's kind of running toward him like, Bill fucking looks good with a gun. You look fucking, you look the part.
All right, here's the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
The behind the scenes. Yeah. I look good with the behind the scenes. I'm holding, it's a Glock 9, and I had my thumb right behind, evidently, where that piece would
just slide. So your finger would have been,
and the gun
cracked backwards.
And the gun right before the scene, like I just decided to hold it. I wasn't even thinking. I was just don't fuck up your lines. Right? So I put my thumb behind it, and the gun guy was really just off camera goes, "Are you fucking serious?" And it's really this tone. It's like, dude, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm pretending to be a cop. I don't know where to put my finger, you dick. You want to do these lines? That's why you're over there. And what that really was is I felt really fucking stupid.
Yeah. Did they make you fix
Go back to the anger
I remember what it was. I remember what it was. No, this is what it was. We were all sitting there. We were all sitting there in the stairwell, and it's like me and like five other guys dressed total fucking trunch and shit. And then I did that, and then the guy over my head goes, "Are you fucking serious?" Then I felt embarrassed because I was the only guy with lines, and I felt like, what does this guy know, the fucking director or something? How do they get this shithead in there?
So did they fix it, or can I freeze frame and see you hold the guns?
No.
Stupid.
I actually turned around and said, "Hey, thanks." But then afterwards, I was just like, "You didn't have to fucking say it like that. Use it for the scene. Use it for the scene."
Who else is in the scene?
Oh man,
everybody.
Like everybody from the movie was in that
I haven't seen the movie, so who else?
Ray Liotta, Steve Carell, Tina Fey.
I think that was on the plane. I should have watched it.
Common. It's weird. I only have 8 lines in the movie, but I'm in a ton of scenes.
You're like in there the whole movie. Yeah,
just sort of standing next to famous people talking.
It's great. You're in
rubbing my chin, intently listening.
Just enough to completely take me out of the movie.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just like, it's fucking Bill.
Oh, no, that's what I always do. Then I'll just be, if I saw Jimmy in a movie, like, does Jimmy look at Jimmy. Jimmy looks comfortable.
By the time you thought that, my scene would be over. They've learned how to cut around me.
I haven't done a film in almost 20 years.
That's not true. I saw you in Almost Famous.
Right, how long ago was that?
You were fucking great.
Almost 20 years.
Almost 20 years.
What year was that?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. That was like 10 years ago.
No.
I bet you more than 10 at this point.
Yeah, it's probably 96. Yeah.
That was 1996?
Something like that.
No, it wasn't.
I'll Google it.
I was with my first wife.
No, it wasn't, because Jimmy Fallon got a big part in that, and that was after he was on SNL. I remember that.
Just barely. Like
98, 99.
I'm going to go with.
Don't make me.
I think.
I don't know.
Uh-oh, IMDb.
Almost Famous was 2000.
2000. Yeah.
Bam!
Oh,
See,
shit, 10 years.
ago.
Oh, my God, what has happened?
10 years.
In those 10 years.
10 years.
That makes it feel like 20.
He was he was so nice, that guy, Cameron Crowe. Like, he treated me like, literally, I had to do that scene, and he would walk around going, we had to import this anger from New York. You know, and I'm running around screaming. And then the saddest thing was there's a scene where I chased the bus up the ramp on a little cart. You know, and that's the end of the scene. But they shot that after the second crew came in. Everyone else left. Billy Crudup, everybody on the movie left except me and a camera crew at midnight driving a golf cart after a bus up a ramp over and over and over again. And I'm like, this is movies. This is it. I've arrived. I can't breathe in the fucking exhaust. But I'd love to do another movie.
No, they're fun as hell. As long as you have enough. I just said waiting in the trailer is the only thing that sucks. But once you get out there, it's just
See, I always find just the opposite. Waiting in the trailer is the best part until I get out and I prove what an awful decision they made. Fucking bug-eyed cunt. Cunt.
Weren't you in one of the Batman movies? Didn't you have a line in one of the
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Surly truck driver.
But he was great.
Yeah.
Thank you. One line.
Thanks, and I don't like him.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, but he had a
like
great
that.
moment before you were really in the scene. I thought he was great.
Thank you. I like that one. Fucking Leota calls you Skippy. And then walking out, you're like, Skippy, I have a fucking gun.
Oh, they kept that?
Yeah.
Oh,
They
we got
watch
it.
the movie.
We
you
got
barely hear, like, you just mumble it as you walk out, and it's like, God, that's funny fucking line.
No, we got into it. I said, maybe I'll buy a shiny suit like yours. Or something like that. They actually let us go. So, oh, great! All my improv's going to be in there, and then it doesn't. It doesn't. Oh, and then like, oh, wait a minute! I'm I'm on like the see others part of the IMDb.
See others. Yeah. It's like cast others.
No, but I've never been in a movie where I actually had a name. So now I actually had a last name, Detective Walsh. So I've moved up to the point where I have a last name.
Did you work with it? Were you like Walsh? I'm Walsh.
Yes.
Come from an Irish family.
Then again, so was De Niro in Midnight Run.
Yeah.
No, I had a great time with it, and it was
That's
awesome.
got to be cool though. Fucking Ray Liotta.
I'm hoping they do another one and they make my part bigger, like Jack Kehoe in another 48 hours.
Jack Kehoe.
And then I end up trying to kill Steve Carell, and then somebody figures it out. How could you do it, Bill? I needed the money.
I forgot about that.
Edge of the building. Don't do it.
2 sucked.
Yeah, it did.
I auditioned for Curb. I never auditioned for Curb Your Enthusiasm last week. They had these auditions, and that's weird because you don't get a script. They just give you this little piece of paper. There's all these pieces of papers. One of them was for a black guy. And then tells the scene the black guy's in. I auditioned for Computer Guy, which was and then they just list the scene. I saw Jerry Minor there, who's a black guy, right?
He was in Lucky Louie. He's
a funny guy, right? So, like, I walk in, and he walks in, he goes, are you going up for black guy? I go, of course I am. They're not sure what they want to do at the party. But then you just go in, the audition is you literally just go into a room and improvise with Larry. They give you the scene, and you walk in, he's like, hey, Mark Maron! And I'm like, hey, how you doing? What are we doing here? And he goes, well, let's do it. And you just
let's do it.
Yeah, right. So then, I just he had lost the scene was I walk in. I was at a restaurant and I went to the bathroom and he was sitting there. I was using my computer. I said, "Could you watch my computer when I go to the bathroom?" And I came out. He was gone. The computer was gone and everything else. And I run into him a few days later and he tells me that he let a black guy watch my computer, and I'm supposed to get angry and then check myself for my racism.
Right.
It's a lot of information. So literally, I do the scene. I'm like, what kind of person walks away from a guy asks him to watch his computer? And I just rant, and then I feel bad. And I do the whole scene, and I walk out, and I immediately think, like, oh, shit. That's just what they need, another aggravated Jew on that show. How am I going to get that part? Like, there's enough aggravated Jews. I should have played it differently. I'm never going to go out on these things again.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I guess you got to go
the audition though.
I guess you got to go on to auditions to
Jimmy,
get
they didn't call
movies.
You? Why would they?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, unless somebody just wants to put me in one.
Just put you in one.
Oh, fuck.
All right, that's what I'm hoping.
Let's let these guys
come out with enough specials where they just start offering you the George Carlin role.
Come on in
that Dogma movie or something. Just
come on down. You play the
big
truck
fan
driver.
of your comedy. Come on down. You got 5 scenes. You'll be out of here in 2 weeks.
This is your second hour? Is this an hour?
Yes.
It's good, man.
Well, comes
Very cool.
Sunday night, 11 p.m. Comedy Central.
Yes.
Let it go.
I'm not going to be jealous.
I'm on 2 minutes overtime right now.
Well, be jealous, then I can do another WTF, and we can work it out.
You can come on anytime you want. We tape your
Look,
show.
you don't have to be polite just because we're
well,
looking
fuck
at
you
each
then.
other.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to.
That means he's running out of comedians. He's got to get all you guys back a second time.
No, we
now.
had he
You're
he
still
did
that dick that fucked up the open mic night.
No, he did my Monday morning podcast, and people were raving that the Kinnison stories.
I told that here once, too.
He had
Yeah,
all
yeah.
these stories.
You told those last time.
Bill
Burr has a great podcast. Yeah.
I keep it
Bill
underground.
Burr's podcast is good too. You should check that out.
How about Otto? You should interview Otto.
I'd like to interview Otto. I'm actually, the weird thing is I'm not running out. I've done 107, and I can't. Wow. And I can't. It's amazing how many comics are like, "Oh shit, yeah, of course." Like they just keep coming.
He's an interesting guy, man. He's had a tremendous fucking.
I want to do Colin too. I called him. And we're going to try, but he's busy with the show. This is the last week, right?
I think so. Yeah.
And I did Saget. We're going to put that up, I think, in a week or two.
Was he serious at all?
Yeah.
Bob went serious on you?
Pretty serious, but he's like he can't be serious.
I know. Very hard.
Towards the end, it got a little serious. Sometimes when the comedians get serious, like I'm a pretty serious guy, and there's that moment where you're like, oh, we're in serious zone, and like I'm just gonna let it happen and not freak out.
You're all conscious of it. We're in serious
like,
mode.
Something's happening,
right? And someone has to make the joke to get you out of it.
Yeah.
All right, and Mark Maron, of course, you can see these podcasts at WTFpod.com. Right?
Yeah.
But comics is the big
tonight.
news.
There's two shows. 7:30, 9:30.
A lot of great comedians.
I got
and you
stickers.
tape live on the stage?
Yeah.
And those will be on your website.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
We just, the live one just went up on Monday. That was fucking hilarious.
So you guys are sitting down on the comic stage.
Right. For the live ones are different than the one-on-ones. Like, I put one up on Monday from Bumper Shoot in Seattle. It was Patton Oswalt, that guy Donald Glover, Eddie Pepitone, Nick Kroll, Doug Benson. That was funny. It was Nick Kroll was doing this Latino DJ character. It's hilarious. El Chupacabra.
11 o'clock in a half hour, my Boneyard show starts.
Oh. Mark Maron, a pleasure,
If you'd like to listen.
Nice to see you guys. If you're listening,
anybody
pleasure.
see Machete?
Read the rest of that book.
Is it good? Machete?
It's a great
Danny
send-up
Trejo?
of a B movie.
Grindhouse movie?
And they were very loyal to that fake
Is
trailer.
it like one of them Rob Zombie movies? Is it like who directed?
No, it's better than that.
Oh yeah,
Robert Rodriguez.
Oh, that's great.
I like Rob Zombie movies too.
I do too, kind of.
That Halloween one where he tried to figure out how Mike got to the way he was. That was really interesting.
I didn't see that when I saw the two weird ones with the family that
The
kills.
House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah, I kind of like those.
Turn off the lights when you guys are done.
Yeah, we're getting out of here, right?
Yeah.
All right, everybody, have a pleasant
Bill, you going back
day.
to LA today?
No, I'm here till Saturday. Here till Saturday.
Who's in tomorrow?
I don't know.
You come back if you want. It's up to you.
If I
pressure,
don't
no
have
pressure.
like morning TV, because
It's a nice problem to have.
like those 8 minutes as the weatherman is getting ready for the forecast, is your
The forced laugh of the host who you
and
know
they
if
don't
to
even
cut your
listen to
throat.
you.
And Mark, you come back too if you want.
So Jimmy, I hear you have a fish,
I hate that when they just go off the bio.
and then
You were
what's
in
up with the lawn?
You're
Like,
in
I didn't even listen.
Spider-Man, weren't you? Had one line. What are we doing?
Yeah. Hey, do I have
A thing?
Jimmy, so you're controversial. Say what controversial things will
thing?
you be discussing tonight?
After the show.
I don't want to sit and wait.
Oh, Danny boy.
Although Windows is great when you go to shut it down, it goes power. Please do not power off or unplug your machine. Installing updates.
That's not great.
It's like, no, it's not. Because I can't shut it off now. I got to sit here and wait for my
Mac
goddamn
doesn't
computer.
do that.
In this
Mac
day and
doesn't do
age.
that.
What the fuck is it?
See you tomorrow, folks.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
All right.